Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Style Pilot, and today we are going to talk about the truth when it comes to shopping at these designer stores. Now, let's give you some background about me. I kind of got into buying designer sneakers randomly. I got a random gift on my 30th birthday. Not a gift on my 30th birthday. I gave myself a gift on my 30th birthday. And my first pair of designer shoes, which I never ever thought I was going to buy, was a pair of Christian Louboutin sneakers. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a one-time purchase. Like, I'm turning 30. This would be a good gift for myself, right? So, ever since then, I've been into all of that stuff. I don't necessarily buy pieces because I'm a pretty big guy. I don't buy a lot of shirts and jeans and stuff, but I do have a couple of pieces. But my main pieces are shoes, like sneakers and loafers and things of that nature. So with me, I've developed a relationship with a lot of these guys, not only in Texas that work at these stores, but all over. So I just want to give you my kind of like my 11 rules or 11 things that are the real truth when you go to these stores, in case you didn't know. So number one is those sales associates in those stores, they could give a shit less about whatever else is going on, whatever you're talking about, your desires or what your budget is for this shirt or these shoes or this jacket or what you're thinking about doing. All they care about is the sale. If you are not making a purchase, they don't care. They will quickly lose interest and move on to something else, which it makes sense. That's what they're there for. Most of these places, they get nothing but commission. They don't get paid hourly. So if you're not trying to buy this $5,000 jacket, which is going to help them pay their rent this month, then they don't really care. Number two, and it's very important because I think they're taught to do this. I haven't worked in a store, but just from me being there and having people that work at these stores that have now become friends, when they give you compliments about you trying something on, most of the time it's fake. And you'll catch on as soon as, it never fails. Whenever I go in one of these stores, I try on a pair of shoes, and as soon as I put my heel down in the shoe, oh, it looks so good on you. I'm like, what? I haven't even stood up and looked in the mirror I put on the shirt. It's like, oh man, that looks great. I'm thinking about buying that myself. It's like, oh, all right. At first, they used to give me with that. Which is a really good tactic, giving someone a compliment on it. You're supposed to be the expert, especially if they know you're not an expert and you're easily influenced by what you're purchasing. That works on so many people. I guarantee you, especially, like I said, people that are just now getting into it and they know that, oh, that looks so great on you. A lot of these sales associates, they're wearing stuff in these stores and they will try to tell you, you say, oh man, those shoes are nice. When do you get those? Blah, 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 blah. Man, they get a lot of this stuff for free. They have to wear items. I'm not going to work in the Gucci store and wear a pair of Nikes. The Gucci is not going to allow it, right? So, some of the stuff they may buy with their own discount and stuff, but a lot of times, when they got new stuff that they're promoting, all those sales associates get that stuff for free. So, don't let them fool you into thinking that they bought it themselves out of their own taste, right? They got a lot of that stuff for free and they have to wear it, which is cool too. It's another perk of having to work there. Also, I want you guys to know too, while I'm talking about this, I'm not bashing these guys because this is their job and this is what they're supposed to do. If you were working there, you would do the same thing because that is your job. That's how you make your income. And it only makes sense to do these things as a sales associate. I'm just telling you guys this. So when you go in there, and you have a certain amount of money that you want to spend, you don't go into a credit card debt or go into negative because you're trying to buy these things that they're hyping you up to get, right? You got to understand too, this is one major thing, right? I used to get upset going in some of these stores and a sales associate would take forever to help me. And mainly, like I said, if you go into some of these stores, they're groomed. Even if they've not have been taught by the actual manager, they're groomed by other sales associates to look for guys or look for people that are into this stuff, high-end stuff. If you come in there dressed bummy, of course, a lot of times, unless they know you, they're not going to pay you any mind, right? If you come in there dressed like you're a person that's into it, you might have some, something cool on, a designer piece on, or whatever. They're gonna gravitate towards you naturally because you look like a person that's coming in there to sell stuff. So don't take it as the sales associate being racist or biased or whatever it might be. It just makes sense to them to target people that are gonna buy it. Just like if I'm playing a basketball pickup game at the gym, right? And it's this big 6'7" guy I can pick out of that looks like he can hoop. He's dressed to the T. And then there's some 5'2" nerdy looking guy, and there's two guys left. It's like, who are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick the nerdy guy, or are you gonna pick the guy that looks like he can hoop? Does that make sense? All right. You got understand another thing too. They have main clients that they're gonna look out for. So when you go in some of these stores, let's say you go into a store and they tell you about, they don't have your size, right? And you go into this store and you're like, hey, you don't have my size in this, but what about this shoe? Oh yeah, we have this new shoe coming out, blah, 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 blah. We're going to check back with you when we get them in and let you know what we have when we have them, right? So they're telling you this, but let's say, for example, I live in Florida, so I'm in Miami, and I play for the Dolphins, right? So it's this regular guy that randomly comes in and he wants my size, right? And then it's me that I come in and buy a bunch of stuff all the time with this certain sales associate and other people that work at the store. I guarantee you 100%, just like you will automatically call that guy that plays for the Dolphins, or you call this stockbroker, this lawyer that comes in and buys stuff for his wife or whatever. They're going to check with him first. And if he likes it, he's getting it. And you probably won't even get a call. Or if you call him back about the size, it's not there because this person got it. But if you don't, then they're going to contact you, right? Or they already have stuff set aside. So you might look at something online and be like, oh, okay, well, I checked. And it said that they had it in your store. I called corporate or whatever, or I called the online thing. They said they had this size in your store. You get to the store like, oh, we don't have that size. Of course they don't have that size because they're holding it for someone else that comes into the store all the time. And you got to understand that and just roll with it. And just get on the next end. The next time something else comes out, maybe they'll look out for you. Maybe not. So it's kind of like building rapport, but at the same time, if you're a sales associate, guess what? You're going to go with a guy that's going to give you the sale more times than other, rather than this random guy that never comes in. All right. Another thing, too. You got to understand this. Like, if you're a person that is into this stuff, like, most of the time, you're going to have more knowledge about an item because you researched it, you're into it, you want it. A lot of these sales associates that work in these stores, they're not big fans of the designer that they work for. You know what I mean? They don't know about the brand new hoodie that just came out with some flowers on it, that costs a certain amount. Or they don't know about certain things. Two, they may act like they don't know stuff, but a lot of times, unless you find the right sales associate that's really into it, a lot of them, they just work there and it's a job to them. Like, they're not going to be knowledgeable. They could give a care less about some new signature item that's limited. Like, they don't really know and they don't care. So when you go in there, make sure you get more than one source. If you know for sure that this hoodie drops on August 17th at every store, and you meet one sales associate and they act like they don't know what you're talking about, go to someone else, okay? Because a lot of them, they really don't know about what's going on. They're just there to get sales and go home, which makes sense. Another thing, too. Once you buy an item from them that day of in their face, they're going to try to get you to buy more and more stuff that day, or they're going to send you a bunch of text messages and emails to try to get double sales, right? Because most of the time, I think that's what they're taught to do is you get one person to buy one thing that tells you that they're in or they're open to shopping for stuff. So you got to try to get them to buy stuff as much as possible while you can. So when you go in there, let's say you go buy a T-shirt from Gucci or something, right? They're going to run down they're going to wear you out. Oh, what, you like this? Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like this? What about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about this? And you may get annoyed, but I'm pretty sure they're taught to try to get back-to-back sales. I forgot what piggyback sales, I guess. Okay? Because, I mean, like I said, I've never worked in any of these stores, but I just know from experience from me going to these different places that this is what happens. And it's got to be taught to them to do this, which only makes sense. So I just want you to be aware of this. So don't get caught into impulse buying. Let's say you get your income tax check, or you get a bonus at work, or you saving up money to go buy stuff, and you end up not buying certain things. You have extra money. Don't let them get you to impulse buy something that you don't really want. All right, I got my notes over here. Another big thing about transferring. So let's say, you say you go in the store and they don't have a shirt in your size, right? In the actual store, right? Now, a lot of times they don't want to get a transfer from another store. Why? Because when they get a transfer from another store, someone in the store somewhere else gets the sale for them. So if the effort is not there, let's say you go online and it's online, but you're in the store and you're like, hey, well, why do I have to go online when you can just order it for me? A lot of times they would rather not even deal with you than go through the work of ordering and transferring stuff, especially if they don't have a relationship with someone at the other store that will give them the sale or work something out. I don't know how they do it, but sometimes they can work it out. But a lot of times they won't try to go through any extra hoops to get you the sale unless they can get you to buy a gift card, right? And then they can buy it from the other store. So if they have the option to do that, then they'll try to go out of their way and do that stuff. But if they don't expect for them, don't get upset when they're not going out of their way to try to get you the item they want. Now, some places, they will do it no matter what, but if you can tell that they're disinterested in doing it, you know why now. Because they're not getting the sale. And if you're buying a $1,000 jacket, and they get a 20% commission of that, there might be some or 30% commission of that. That might help. I don't know what their commission is like either. I don't. But it's better something than nothing on the sale for them, right? The one big thing I need you guys to know at the 25 minute mark of this movie, this is probably the biggest thing. This shit goes on sale, man. All of this stuff from most of these places, except for Gucci now, they don't do sales anymore. They have outlets and stuff like Christian Louboutin, Versace, Balenciaga, all of these places. This stuff goes on sale. Now, the traditional stuff that they're going to always sell, like the basic stuff, a lot of times it's not on sale, but the new stuff that they're trying, odd colors, trendy stuff, all of that stuff goes on sale, right? So the sales happen, and a lot of times, the only people that really know about it are people that are into it and into designer stuff and people that are frequently going and shopping at these places. So the sale normally starts the last week of May on through June, right? If you go into the store, this is the funny thing. If you go into the store, a lot of times during the sale times, they won't even tell you that the stuff is on sale. You will have to ask. So basically, if you go into any of these stores, most of these stores other than Gucci, and ask them like, hey, during June or late May, hey, what do you guys have on sale? It'll be on display. It won't have a big sale sign up a lot of times. They don't want you to know because they want you to buy the stuff that they don't get the most commission off of, right? And they're going to tell you about the sale. So if you go in June, late May, June, and December, this stuff is on sale for 30%, 40%, sometimes 50 or 60% off, right? In the actual store. Now, like third-party sites like Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, all that stuff, they put stuff on sale online. So a lot of times, if you can't find certain items at these stores that you like, they're on the third-party sites on sale, okay? So if you want to save your money up, man, save your money up and instead of getting one pair of shoes, you can get 2 or 3 maybe. So just know that regardless of what they tell you during the year, this stuff goes on sale. So you can get it at a whole lot cheaper. It's still not as cheap as other stuff, but you can get it a whole lot freaking cheaper if you just wait, right? Okay. Oh yeah. Another thing, big thing. Okay. I don't want you guys, a lot of guys that aren't into this stuff, and you see all these rappers and entertainers and athletes and stuff wearing all these cool items and stuff. Man, don't try to chase clout behind these guys. Okay. Because a lot of these entertainers, I guarantee, they are seeded these items in bulk. So you might see, a rapper wearing a whole Gucci outfit. Oh, man, that's fly. I got to try to get my money. You go online, it's like, oh, man, this outfit is like $10,000. They didn't pay anything for that. I guarantee you, some of these guys have never even been in these stores themselves. They just start getting seeded this stuff. And then when they do get seeded stuff, they don't go in there and buy other things that they weren't seeded. Right? They just wait, or they'll call their manager or whatever it might be. Hey, man, I need you to get these pairs of shoes for me, and I'm not paying for them for free. Right? They're not calling and trying to get a discount. They're getting this stuff for free. So don't chase clout behind some of these guys and think, oh, man, I got to get my money right so I can get this, so I can get this like this guy, or like Harry Styles or John Mayer or whoever it may be, or the Migos or somebody. It's not there, man. Like, they get this stuff for free. And the last thing I want to let you guys know, okay? At the end of the day, unless you really, really want it and you can't afford this high-end designer stuff, it is not worth it. Look at me. I want you to see me. Unless you can really afford it, you have the means to buy it, and you really, really want the item, it is not worth it at all. So I'm telling you guys this because I don't want you guys to look at stuff that I might put on my channel or whatever, and or you see these, like I said, these celebrities and stuff wearing this stuff and thinking that you got to play catch up, man. It's not really worth it, man. At the end of the day, like, all this stuff is perishable. And yes, it is extremely cool to be able to wear a piece that not many common people have or they can wear, and you can say, oh, okay, I got these new pair of jeans that nobody has, or I had this new shirt that I don't see a lot of people wear or they can't afford. That is great, man. It's great to have, just like it's great to say, oh, I own a home, or it's great to say I own a really nice car now, or it's great to say I have a really good looking and a great spouse or a great girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, but at the end of the day, these items, they will go away. Either you can lose them, so it can be stolen, they can burn up in a house fire, or you could die, right? But at the end of the day, they're all going to be gone. So don't kill yourself trying to chase clout behind these designer brands and all this stuff. It's not worth it. But it is fun when you can do that and you can say, hey, you know what? I always wanted these pair of shoes. I always wanted this. Let me do that. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to do better, period. But don't go out of your way and go into debt or can't pay your rent because you want to buy a pair of Christian Louboutin sneakers for a party. You know what I mean? It's not really worth it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to let you guys know that I am the Style Pilot, and you are the flyest motherfucker on earth. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe.